Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Mumbi's Spiritual Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life very much on your own terms. A big shout out to Errol. How you doing? Thanks to every single person that has subscribed to both our main channel, Dr. Mumbi Show, where we have actually migrated the news, and to this secondary channel, Dr. Mumbi Spiritual Show. I should stop calling it the secondary channel, but if you want to learn more about spirituality, enlightenment, the Great Awakening, this is the space for you. And if you want to know more about, the New World Order news, the liberation of Africa, or whatever's about to pop off in Africa, then definitely join us on that platform, family. Today I wanted to talk about timelines because I feel like the way Errol's trying to come into my timeline. Stop it, Errol. Stop it. Family, what I feel is a lot of us are getting to this place where we feel perfectly healed, where we've at least managed to, get some kind of balance in our lives where for the most part, life is more good than it is so-called bad, as we would put it. We find we're in more creative, elevated thoughts than we are in the negative. But I don't know if you've been feeling this or if this has been your experience lately, where if you go into the world, let's put it like that, or if you interact with certain people, all of a sudden those vibrations of sadness and anxiety and am I doing enough? Am I working hard enough? When this happened to me, when that happened to me, they start to come in, permeate your spirit. And the thing is, sometimes you can think you're just having, I don't want to call it a depressive spell, but you can just think like maybe it's just you going back to the past. You're back in that loop. But there's a lot that is projected on us and has been projected on us for so long, family. For the chosen ones, there's been stuff that's been, other people's negative emotions have been projected on us since we were born. We've grown up in a negative thinking environment, which has been the most toxic thing for us. More toxic than being beaten, more toxic than anything they could do to this physical body. Like, seriously. Some of you, what broke you is the toxic environment, mental and emotional environment. Growing up with narcissists who were constantly projecting their inadequacies, their limitations on you. And as we've disentangled ourselves, family, many of us were forced into isolation, into separation, just so we could feel our own thoughts, feel our own emotions. And it's funny how when you disconnect from certain people, certain communities, certain narratives, you realize life ain't that bad after all. Life is actually kind of sweet. And so it's really important now, family, to become very clear about what you're feeling, the emotions that you're having, because remember, right now, we're in the season of healing. Our most important priority is to heal ourselves, to bring us back into balance and equilibrium, where we're not too much on this side or too much on another side. We're not over dreaming or over negative. And sometimes you may be thinking you need to heal something that you've already healed because you're in an environment where someone is unhealed in that area and they keep projecting that on you. It's like someone who is uncomfortable with their weight constantly telling you you're overweight or you need to work on this part of your body or you need to work on that part of their body, and you're fine with how you look. You love how you look, family, because you literally just love you. But sometimes that's how this world has been working. People have been vomiting on you all your life and you didn't even know it with their inadequacies, with their self-limited thoughts, making it seem like you're the one who's thinking like that. And some of us, because we were so, sensitive, what they like to call empathic, we weren't just hearing people's thoughts, we were feeling people's energies. And those energies, which is literally like energy in motion, is what would now permeate our own because we didn't have barriers and we'd think we have certain problems when we don't. And a lot of us grew up with broken families, broken mothers, broken fathers, who were unhealed. I'm not going to make excuses for them because some of them were absolute monsters. But let's just say they were unhealed. And so we inherited a lot of inadequacies that were not our own. And as we've done our healing, when now that you've reached a place of equilibrium, you'll start to, if you're aware of it now, you'll start to see it more. Because the most important thing in this season is to realize family. It's all about, we're on spiritual time. Spiritual time is energy, vibration, and feeling. And not just lower base feeling. So it's so important to know what you're feeling versus what others are feeling and trying to put into your reality. You know the way they say misery loves company. I don't know if I used to have friends, let me say that. Because now my crew, we all balanced family. We're all working, we're at least all here, emotionally balanced. But, have you ever had those friends who would come, they'd have a problem and they'd talk to you either for hours or they'd come over and they'd literally just diarrhea, have verbal diarrhea in your ear, family. And just complain and complain and complain. Halfway through, you'd even start to feel dehydrated, like you're getting a headache. And once they're done, they'd leave and they'd almost be jumpy. It's like they'd done an energy exchange because you'd feel so tired. I remember, especially when I was going through my awakening family, there were certain friends I would meet where I'd need to take a nap after hanging out with them. It was so draining. I just don't even put myself in those situations. If I come and the vibration is off, I will leave. And I have no apologies for it. Or the spirit won't even allow me to go. Those are the levels, actually. When spirit doesn't even waste your time, you get busy with other things because, your spiritual team already sees what's up ahead and they're like, you know what, it's not worth it. So it's very important, family, to be aware where you're living right now. What emotions are yours? And what emotions and feelings are others? And that's why you have to really start to overstand, understand, and understand resonance. There's a certain way you feel when that when that information or that feeling or that energy is true to you. And there's an uncomfortable way you feel when someone is trying to make you wear clothes that are not yours. In terms of making you feel anxious when you really have nothing to worry about. Make you feel resentful and jealous and envious when you have not only everything you need, but the powers and the tools to create whatever it is that you feel you're lacking. So learn to discern, family. What is a genuine brokenness within you? What is a genuine emotion within you? And what is a genuine emotion within others? And you will realize just how far you've come in your healing. And the easiest way to do this is to either write it out, speak it out, pray it out. Ask the benevolent beings that walk with you, the spiritual team that is with you, to make you more discerning about what emotions are yours so that you can address them and work on them, and what emotions are others. And also learn, family, to put a bubble of light, a bubble of fire, a bubble of water, whatever you feel led, around yourself constantly so that you stay in your universe, in your energy, in your power, in your positivity, in your joy. And others' miserableness, others' brokenness, others' anxiety, others' sickness, others' imbalance will not affect you. Because Babylon maintains control of the matrix because of having created these cities and stuff where millions of people mix up, and it creates like a stuck energy, family, where everyone is just feeding everyone else all their negative emotions, and it creates this feeling. It's like when you go to Nairobi, the energy is so weird, especially when you live in the village, family, because everyone's in a rush, everyone is running up and down. It's just such a because that's the energy that is feeding everyone. And ironically, I mean, I don't even know why I'm speaking about Nairobi. Nairobi is a very high energy center. It's a very high energy center place for the water nation. But because of, the UN picking Nairobi as its headquarters, the only UN headquartered out of like Babylon and all these other things, it uses that energy to create more of a frantic, it makes it reverse backward stories for other days. So family, start to just be more aware in your life. And that will help you to know, are you the one who's feeling sad? Or are you feeling the sadness of the person you're sitting next to, your neighbor, your friends? And we don't pick up what people say now because we're in the spiritual realm. We're in 5D and above. We're not picking up just what people say. We're picking up what people feel. And that's how you know you've been in 5D since you were born, family, is because you could always pick up what people feel. Because our emotional balance is the key right now to accelerated manifestation of 5D reality, heaven on earth, however you want to put it, and to overriding Babylon's matrix. Tuko pamoja.